I like that one. That's Adam. We should be live, guys. I'm waiting to see my chat. Give me a second. I'm laughing because I saw Adam. Adam's you're right. I broke something. Give me a second. I'm trying to see my chat quick. Oh my goodness. Loud here. Um welcome guys to another Monday here in Operation 11 Charlie. This Monday, today we a lot of stuff that we got to talk about, and our special guest that we're gonna talk in a few minutes is Dan from MyTrickRC. Welcome, Dan.
Guys.
Nathan, how you doing, brother? Welcome in.
Awesome. Good to be here.
You know, a lot of stuff going for you, man. I appreciate you. Nathan always working behind the scenes. You don't see Nate, but he always working behind the scenes, brother. Good to see you, bro. I like that style now, bro.
Yeah.
Working that. Welcome to the club, bro.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, Jake, we're gonna have to do some kind of
I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna have to up my game here.
Welcome, Jake. How you doing, brother?
Not bad, not bad. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing good.
I'm gonna say you're getting some flack in that chat there, Javier.
Right. I know. I know. Sean, welcome in, brother. How you doing? Sean's still in his second office or second house.
That's it. All good, guys. In my home, away from home, as usual.
Right.
You know, yeah.
No speeding tickets.
No speeding tickets.
I not in New York, because I know every street that has a camera, everywhere where a cop hides. Like, so I've got that mastered at least. Yeah.
That's awesome, brother. Good to see you here. Let me see here in the chat. We have some people already in. Jeff, welcome in. Osborne RC, Jesse in the house. Larry H, welcome in, bro. Tammy Woods, welcome in. AC Froggies, Thompson RC, Scale Metal Supplies, Andrea, Jeffrey, welcome in, guys. Tony, Big Red, welcome in, man. Welcome. Adam's Playground, how you doing, guys? If I miss anybody, RC Remedy, welcome in, guys. Really appreciate you guys being here with us. Another Monday, we really appreciate you. I know this is a busy week for a lot of all of us here. You're not trying to get ready for that Thanksgiving, right? At the end of on Thursday, so a lot of stuff going on here. Huh?
Thanksgiving down there for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Thursday for us, right? You had it last month, right?
Yeah, and I'm still trying to lose the weight.
I know, brother. I know. It's crazy. It's gonna be a crazy week. Just incredible, man. It's good. It's a good time for the family to be, spend with the family. It's a good time to spend with the family always. So I always looking forward for those times, right? Oh man, what can we talk about? I know last Monday the guys. Thank you to Boom Racing, Jason, and Sean. Right, Sean, the fellow veteran. He works with Boom Racing as well. Right. So thanks to them. We were still at the hotel. I didn't have good signal, so thank you guys for that. Amazing job you guys did. It was awesome, man, to have Jason here and Sean, all that stuff. Right. And what I was trying to, I think I mentioned a couple of times while I was with the guys here, you shout out to all the events that we were, not last weekend, the weekend before that, right? No Man Left Behind out there, Sean Lorman and all the guys there are No Man Left Behind, always do that event every year. So that event is very personal to us. That's where Operation 11 Charlie was born. So we are very grateful of them. We have some of our veterans out there that went to represent us out there. Yes, what is it? Enrique was there, Ronald, Peter was there, and the family members out there, all the guys out there. Thank you so much. While we were at Utah, St. George, Utah, with all the guys out there, that amazing event that they did as well there. Cody from SkyRC. Incredible event that we were there and very grateful of. Looking forward next year. That's that location right there is a beautiful location, man. Endless crawling, guys, endless crawling. So I know there Operation 11 Charlie has a home out there. We love everything that we are looking for on the spot. They have it right there, man. Locations, hotels, everything close by to that. Endless crawling, like I mentioned. Everybody that was involved in that, Cody, fellow veteran, Miles, man, amazing. Logan, West Desert Wheeler, Randall, and from Horizon, Wyatt as well. Has everybody, Scumbag RC, Luke, I mean, everybody that was involved in that event. We are so grateful. Our guys had an amazing time, and we love them, man. It's so peaceful there. And like I said, somewhere I had this peace that, oh my God, man, I could have just grab a chair and sit down there. I could be there for a couple of days just looking at the beautiful views and again the endless crawling. But thank you everybody that was it was out there with us at that event. Let me see here. I know it's a question, Jake, right? So I know you posted a question. What was it?
Yeah, sorry, I got sidetracked. Is there a place to get O11C swag? I promise I can speak.
Yes, we do. Actually, Jeff, I know I mailed some patches over this weekend. I think on Saturday, I believe, to New York, actually, New York City. There. So Jeff, yes, we actually have some hats left, guys. These hats, I think we have 5 or 6 hats left. I need to place an order for USD. But yes, we have some these hats left. These are $30 plus shipping. And patches, we do have some patches. Jeff, try to reach out to us either a website or in Facebook, and brother, and we do our PayPal, and I just let us know what you need, and then we make it happen, brother. What about hoodies, man? Hoodies, we need hoodies, man. We haven't found the right company because of the pricing. Most of us that have hoodies is because we made them ourselves, right? So we are looking into that. So and anybody knows a hoodie company, somebody that we could get a decent deal, let us know, please. That will help us out a bit, because I know a lot of guys ask us for our hoodies and maybe the beanies as well. So we're still on the work. The company that does our shirts and all that stuff, they don't do beanies and hoodies. So that's why we haven't had them. Yep. Awesome. Let me see here. What else, Nate? Anything that we need to mention before we go for a special guest, right? I don't know, man. It's like I don't know what's going on.
it's that kind of time of the year where our mindset is shifted to February to an extent.
Oh.
We have all the holidays, and then we have February. So
yes.
of course that's USTE. So yes.
So Jake, you already been warned, right?
I was gonna say I'm not allowed to say anything tonight.
Speaking. I gotta double check something here real quick. I believe I seen something was shared earlier for USD. Let me double check this.
Go ahead. While you search for that, I know the tickets are on sale, guys.
That's what it was. Yes, 20% off.
Or $20 off, to make sure that go check them out. USD Ultimate Scale Truck Expo, guys. I'll see if I can find, or you can find it, Jake, on Facebook, their page, so they could get a hold of them.
Take a peek.
Yeah, but yes, the stuff is out. All our Operation 11 Charlie guys, before you buy any tickets, make sure to reach out to us. Reach out to us and communicate with us before you buy any tickets. Please do so, guys. So reach out to us. We are preparing for that. Next couple of months, that's what we're gonna be working on. Working on the list of the veterans that are going to make it to that event, and we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to that as well. Yeah. It's a few stuff that we got on the works for the USD guys, and then we keep you posted next Monday when we got more stuff. We want to make sure that we have everything ready for that. That we gonna stuff that are working towards for that. Let me see that. That's me.
I would share, but I'm not apparently not allowed to do that.
Hold on. Let me fix that. Let me fix this, brother. Let me fix that. Go ahead.
Keeping it all
No
themselves.
beer, no sharing.
Right.
Wow.
Go ahead, brother.
Feeling the love up in here.
Oh, Scale Metal Supplies. Next year is going to be the first USD event. So awesome, Andrew. Andrew,
Awesome.
Andrew, you're gonna love it, bro. Right, thank you, brother. Right there, guys. So the dates are out. The ticket sale are open, guys. So feel free to reach out. And like Nate says, it was like $20 discount of the pricing. So make sure to. I don't know until when they have that, guys. So make sure. And the right there is the email, right? The ultimate scale. Oh, that website. I'm sorry.
Website,
yeah.
So I think on here you can something. There it is. This is where all the ticket stuff is.
Yep.
Right at the bottom there.
Yeah, right at the bottom, guys. So everything there. So it's gonna be a $20 discount. Remember this, it's a weekend, but it's 3-day, right? It's a 3-day event, right? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep. And what I do love is they got different ticket prices if you're taking kids and all that stuff. So
exactly. They do.
You know,
you
can customize all your stuff and you're good to go.
Yep. RC Cape Cod, welcome in. All RC fun, welcome in, guys. Thank you. If I miss anybody came in, welcome in. One Lackers RC, Russell, welcome in, brother. Roy, welcome in. Good to see you here, brother. Real quick before we go, our special guest, guys, a chainsaw, welcome in, guys. Already, any info you guys want about Operation 11 Charlie, I put a link on top here on the chat of our website. And anybody that wants to reach out to us, thank you, Jake. Jake put a link there for the USD.
Yep.
So going back to our website, reach out to us out there. Guys, make sure just be patient with it. There's a lot of emails coming in and out. So it's a lot of stuff. Just be patient with us. You could reach out to us on that website, or you could reach out to us on our Facebook page as well. So Kurt, welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Out there at that website, tell us a little bit about what we do here in Operation 11 Charlie, right? That bring awareness to veteran suicide, right? We'll help our brothers get into the hobby, and our main focus is to the outings for our veterans, right? And when we have enough funds for the family members as well. So that's what we focus on, guys. Next year, some stuff are going to change in Operation 11 Charlie. We just want to start letting people know we are focusing in some other stuff here as well, especially in the outings, right, Nate? And make sure that we take our guys to different locations, not just to events, different locations during the year, right? As a little bit of RC therapy, we can say, right?
Yep.
So that's what we're going to focus on. Next year, we're working hard on that stuff. So that's our main goal, guys, to take our guys out to trailing, crawling, all that stuff, not just events also as well. We're going to be in different events and during the year that we're looking forward to. But we are very excited on that part, that we are focusing on that, taking guys to like I mentioned earlier, that location out there in Utah, St. George area is perfect for what we are looking for here in Operation 11 Charlie, right? So we're looking forward to that. Other than that, I think that's it. Jake, anything what you got going on? I want to ask you what you got going on. What's been happening out there with you, Jake?
RC wise, not a whole lot. I
Not a whole
actually
lot?
was at Great Wolf Lodge all weekend, so I'm water slide out.
How's the weather out there? I know I'm not gonna ask where Sean is muted, but I know it's cold where Sean is at. Probably
Mhm.
Nate is cold too. Uh,
We had to dig out from snow, so wasn't sure if I was gonna make it tonight because I thought I was gonna get stuck at Great Wolf Lodge. But I mean, guess there could be worse places to be stuck. But
so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even gonna say my temperature here. So I'm gonna stay.
no, I'm not allowed to count down the days to USD. You're not allowed.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right on that. But yeah, man. Anything else? Let me see. I think that's it, guys. And now we're gonna go with our special guest, Dan from MyTrickRC. Welcoming Dan. It's an honor to have you here. I know this is your second time, right? If I'm not mistaken, right here with us.
Yeah, last year was the first go around.
Awesome, brother. Welcome in. It's an honor to have you here with us. I know you're in California, right, Dan?
Yeah, we're in Southern California, LA area.
Southern California. That's awesome, man. So here, people in the chat, make sure to post your question in the chat. If we don't get to the question, feel free to keep them on. We'll get to them as soon as we can. So Dan, just real quick, so people that don't know about who's Dan and MyTrickRC, you could talk a little bit about yourself.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, so Dan Thompson, that's me. I founded MyTrickRC about 10 years ago, actually, and kind of slowly grew over the years. In 2015, that was kind of our big moment where we kind of became official and launched our majority of our product line that a lot of people, a lot of you guys know about, the Dragon controller, which became really staple for us for a long time. UF7 controller, and then we've just continued to add stuff to it and work more and more towards scale type of lighting kits and lighting systems and things like that. Yeah, so MyTrickRC, basically that's me. I have over the years had a lot of help from various people. Scale Metal Supplies, Andre has helped me out. I had a lot of friends throughout the RC community that have been really awesome. My background is engineering. I worked in that pretty much my whole career. I still do that as well as MyTrickRC.
Okay.
But MyTrickRC has really become a big thing for us. My wife is involved, all of my family, and we have other that work for us. So we've really we're still small, but we've become it's become a real thing over the years, and we're pretty proud of where it's gotten to right now.
That is awesome, Dan.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It says the scale. Yeah. Anderson in the chat, he said that Ecto kit is a killer. Love that grill and integrated LEDs. Yes.
Yes. Awesome. That is doable. We have those type.
That's awesome, Dan. So then, other than in the RC, how long you been RCing before that? MyTrick started.
Actually, not a lot. Sorry,
not a lot.
I'm in a warehouse and there's other people working here, but hopefully you can hear me okay.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. When I was a kid, I had a Tamiya Hornet. That was the first RC I had. That was, man, I probably was in high school, I think, when I got that. It was an old NiCad batteries. And I really liked it. I beat the heck out of it, but I was really poor and I didn't have any money. So I kind of was out of it for a long time. And then I think it was probably around 2010, I got a bonus check at my work, and I went out and bought an RC. I bought a Slash, and I
Wow.
was away for so long. And being an engineer, I've worked around a lot of mechanical things, and seeing how far RC had come, I was just
Yeah.
it kind of like sucked me back in. And I always loved cars and models. I used to build models, like really, really, I really go all in, airbrushing and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it kind of sucked me back into it. And I always wanted to do a product kind of company of my little thing. And the first thing I did was a little police flasher bar, which we still sell. It's evolved over the years. And now we have, which we are still selling, we have like utility flasher bars and not only police car, but fire truck and various things. And snowball. And the ideas keep coming. They just keep flooding. And so I'm just trying to direct and bring as many of them as I can.
I know that is awesome, man. I know that I know where you put we could look into the website as well for MyTrick. All the stuff that you guys have there, just incredible. Dan, man, let me see, we can share screen it real quick. And
yeah, one thought or one just comment.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's who Traxxas truck, and I have actually one here. Oh, actually, go ahead and do that, and I'll show you after.
So yeah, well, just right here, just a quick, so you guys can see the MyTrickRC website, right? And you can elaborate a little bit more, Dan, on it. Feel free, man. This is your website. All the stuff, the shops, and everything that you can get here.
So when I started out, when we really got going was 2015. That's when we introduced the Dragon controller and our kind of drift-oriented SQ1 controller and all of our light cars. And when I decided to design all of those products, I had a pretty good idea after getting into this for a bit about what I would want in any vehicle. But I tried the products to be as generic as possible, meaning I wanted, with just a controller and the basic lights that we had, you could adapt it to almost any car. That was the original goal. But over time, one of the things that I discovered, and maybe it would be obvious to a lot of people, but it took me a minute, was to try to make kits that were specific to vehicles.
Exactly.
And the first one that we did was actually the Defender.
Nice.
The Defender. I got it for Father's Day, and that truck, and I just immediately jumped into it, and I tried to take what I had and make an exact kit, a customized kit for it. And it was a lot of work up front, but out of that experience, I realized that that's actually the direction I want to be moving in. So all of the stuff that we make on the website, you can build it yourself. I want to basically empower all of you guys to be able to make things the way you want to make them. You can buy one of our standard kits, and a lot of people do because it's easy. Everything's ready to go. Yeah. But to the greatest degree possible, I want to give tools to all of the hobbyists out there to be able to kind of make their own stuff, especially with people getting into 3D printing and stuff now. One of our recent big things that we did, some of you guys may know, the strip lights. So on our website, if you go to the LED section, we have these new strip lights, and let me show you an example. I have a Arma Felony here. Let's see.
Look at that, man.
Oh,
that's a beautiful. I gotta present you real quick because that's a beauty right there.
Yeah, this thing is badass.
Wow.
If I can do this, the headlights. That's really hard to It's really backwards. There's two lights here. There's a long strip and then there's a little square. Those are two separate, we call them like wafer LEDs. And these wafer LEDs, we make them in 3 colors. We have white, we have red, and then we have yellow. Basically I'm thinking about off-road applications. So we sell these as just the lights by themselves. You can't really see it here, but there's clear lenses over both of these also.
Okay.
So like this is a kit. This ARMA kit is a new kit that we're just about to introduce, or it's actually, we just put it up. It's on the website now. And this has some custom 3D printed parts on it, but we used these standard lenses that we have when we sell these lights, we include these little lenses with it.
Oh, nice.
That make your own, if you want to make your own 3D printed whatever, you can design to have these things pop in there. And we're working on a little bit more of the instructions of exactly how to, what are the best methods for building and, assembling these things. But they're really powerful. So here we have them for headlights. And then we also have, let's see, I'm doing this blindly here.
The tail lights.
Tail light.
Oh, look at that, man.
Yeah. So
I love that.
custom 3D printed part that we just played around with it until we got something that we liked, integrated the reverse lights. And in this particular kit also has a backfire in the exhaust.
Nice.
Oh my God, that is beautiful, man.
This is right now. This is one of my favorite cars. It's so fun. It's just so badass, and to see all that stuff with the brake lights, the functioning brake lights, and the backfire. So this being an ARMA a couple of years ago. I'm sorry, not ARMA. Spectrum a couple of years. Sorry, they changed up the radio communication protocol. There's not too many. There's probably none, I think, other than ours, controllers that will actually function with the Spectrum radios. So the functioning brake lights and stuff, you can't just get that easily from their stuff. They're not like normal radio systems. So anyway, so this has that all integrated into it. This uses our new UF7 controller, UF7R controller. The first controller that we came out with was the UF7, and it's gone through B, C, and now R. And the R, basically, it has that ability to work with the Spectrum radios, but it also, we added a little bit of functionality to it that is a little bit more scale. And specifically to that is over here in the shop, we have the tow truck, the Traxxas Ultimate Hauler.
Yes.
Pretty badass vehicle. Unfortunately, my battery's dead. It's guys, this is Monday. Anyway, so the Ultimate Hauler, this kit, one of the things we had that this kind of required to have, we wanted to be able to have turn signals with it, like functioning front and rear turn signals. But for the brake lights, there's only 2 LEDs for the tail lights. So they have to function as tail lights and brake lights and turn signals. We never had that functionality in our controllers before, but with the UF7R controller, it does have that. So you can actually see videos on our website if you go to the Ultimate Hauler page. But it has like fully functioning. If you set this to the car mode, it'll function like that. It's really, really scale, really, really cool. It's something that I thought was a feature that is really beneficial to have, not only on a truck like this, but any of those older cars or trucks that have that function, like the old Broncos or Chevy, or like pretty much any of them where the taillights used to perform all of those functions. Now you can do that. Now you can do that with the UF7.
That's awesome.
It's incredible work you do, Dan. I know there's a few questions already asked here, guys. If we don't get to your question, keep posting them, please. I know there was a question here that we had in our chat. Jake, if you can read it real quick, brother. The one that you posted.
Actually, the one I just saw was, is there any plans for a kit for 1/14 scale tractor trailers? And I thought I saw another one.
Yes, Yes, we have been looking into that, trying to do a complete system that has the tractor and the trailer. But I have to be honest, it's still a ways off. It'll be next year.
Next year.
Yeah, it'll be next year.
Oh, that's sweet, sweet. I know Sean is gonna love that, and AC too, because they work on those trailers. Oh, trailers here in USD, man, they're huge, man. The setup that they do out there, and for the trailers and semis, is just incredible. The stuff that they do there. Let me see. I think I saw something here. All RC Fun, Trey Smith. He said, great lights. I have a couple of DG ones, 4 UF7C and a CX1 for for the 24 XCX24. And that was another question I saw there. He said he loved them all.
Awesome.
That's a question on the chat. If you have any light kits for 24 scales.
Yes, we do. We have them for, well, basically, I think all of the the Bronco, Deadbolt, the C10 Chevy, and the JK. We're working on doing the ones for the, say, the Traxxas ones, the
Yes.
or Team Associated. The kits that we have should be compatible with most of them, but I don't want to say that completely yet until we've actually assembled them. But the way that we designed it was to try to make them as universal and flexible as possible. So they should, I expect that those kits will basically be the same for all of us.
Perfect. And I saw there as well on the website that you guys do some custom work as well. So anything, right?
Right.
How's that work, Dan? If somebody reach out to you, hey, I have this rig, and can you do custom work on that? How's that work?
So there's kind of two ways we approach that. So yeah, people ask us sometimes, they'll email us and say, hey, I have this specific vehicle. What system should I use, or what do you recommend? And usually there's a couple different options. It really depends on what lights you want to have and what functionality you want to have. Those two kind of things define what direction we typically direct them. For more scale functions, remote, on-off control kinds of things, it's the UF7R right now. That's our best choice.
Okay.
But for some other things, the simpler stuff like the SQ1 is good.
Perfect.
Hey, Javier, do you still have his website to pop up? I want to touch on a couple of things real fast before we continue down.
You want me to share a screen share?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you can screen share it.
Yes, sir. Here you go, brother.
And then go to the shop section.
Shop right here.
And then right there we see aircraft and boat, because we have a lot of people that are into the aircraft side of things for certain.
Right.
Wow, look at all this stuff, man.
Yeah. We used to be big into aircraft, actually, and my expectation, my plan next year is to try to get back into it. There's a little bit more stuff we're going to do on the crawler side of things, kind of focused, but then one of the next big items is going to actually be back into the aircraft stuff. We do, interestingly, we are still selling the UF7C controller. It's mostly we're shipping the new UF7R, but we can anybody who has a UF7R or a UF7, we can reprogram any controller. It's just a difference in program, mostly between all the UF7 controllers. The UF7C controller is a bit different than the R. The C has all the aircraft settings. We actually had more modes dedicated to aircraft than any other segment, because the UF7 controller, it can do rock crawlers and cars with turn signals, and it can do boats and other modes too, police cars and fire trucks. But most of the modes were actually aircraft modes. So we had modes for like warbird aircraft, modes for like a jet aircraft with afterburner. I forget what all the other ones are. There's different blink patterns for the different modes. They have cool things like switchable landing light. So when your landing gear comes down, the landing lights come on. And you can have both standard LEDs and high power LEDs that switch with that. And you also have gun LEDs as an optional add-on.
I was just reading that. That would be awesome, especially that warplane, you know,
Yeah.
machine gun. That would be sick.
Oh, there's one video in there. It should still be up somewhere. It might be under the videos.
Videos. Let me see here. Videos.
Yeah, right there. Is there aircraft?
Yes.
Yes.
Which
Okay.
which one is it?
The first one.
First one. Do you allow us to play it then?
Absolutely, for sure.
Okay. So let me put the sound a little bit down. Oh, look at that, man.
We shot that video at an old Marine base right near where I live. It's closed down now, but they used to still have an airport, an RC airport over there. And I was actually on the tarmac. It was so cool. That was the Marine Corps base in, I think it was Irvine, California. It's closed now, obviously, but I don't know if there's an area where he comes through. He straights through with the gun LEDs. It looks just really badass.
Incredible. I love it. I love it. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff there. That's very awesome right there.
Yeah. So,
because
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say that you know, and that's to tie us in, because we definitely have a lot of veterans interested in a lot of different things, and that's this kit makes things awesome for them as well if they're into planes more than anything else.
Right. You know what's interesting though? One of the things I've really put a lot of effort into, but I've been really not so good at marketing it or telling people, is explaining the UF7 controller is super powerful. It can do a lot of stuff. So let's say you have something you're doing and it's not an airplane, but you want, say, the gun LEDs or something that you can switch, you can control. You can use the UF7 in many different modes, not even necessarily the mode that it was designed for. You can combine two UF7s together, or you can find features in modes. So a lot of times customers call up and say, I have this weird thing, I want to do this or that. And after some thinking, so often I'm amazed myself at how often with some thought and looking at the manual, I go like, oh yeah, if you do this, if you go to this mode, set it to this and plug into that, then you can do it. It's amazing how often that has happened. And you know, the scale city stuff, the shop, the buildings and everything that I have here, one of the original thinkings, at least mine, that motivated me to do this stuff was to really just to demonstrate all of these lights. These are just normal lights that we sell. They're just, you know, our shop light, our little, I don't know if you guys can see that little shop light out there, down there in the corner.
Yeah, just glimpse of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how well you guys can see that.
There we go.
Oh, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are just our spotlights. And then we contrived that little stand for it. One of the guys that used to work for me just welded that up one day. And I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome. So yeah, and these are just our attack headlights inside of there. And we just 3D printed the lenses for it and stuff. So yeah, all of the lighting that you see is really just all of our standard lighting. The little light bollard above the door. It's so awesome. This one, I'm gonna twist this thing a little bit, but like the in there and stuff.
Yes.
The psychic ball. It's just some mode. I forget which mode it is. One of the modes on the UF7. There's probably 2 or 3 UF7s powering that whole building right there.
Okay.
I know.
So you're actually using your UF7s in the buildings themselves and controlling everything that way. Exactly.
Yeah. All the lightings and all the buildings that we sell are, all the lighting and all the buildings, including the recent castle that we did, those are all using our standard controllers.
I don't remember. It was 2021, and I had the opportunity to be at Promenade by the Fire, and you had that setup with all that whole city out there, right, Dan?
Exactly. Right. Right.
It just breathtaking. It was just incredible, man, seeing that setup there.
You know, to see it in person is just magical. To
Yes.
see all the light poles and stuff, and
Yes.
the backdrop of the mountains and everything. It's surreal.
I remember the line, especially at night or during the day, to go take pictures, man. It just everybody want to take pictures in that city. Just incredible.
Yeah.
What you did there, brother.
It's a lot of work to tote these things around, so I've kind of pulled back. They're starting to get beat up a little bit. You can see probably tape on this. That's because literally the last time we took them out, both of these got knocked off.
Knocked out.
I'm gonna move them a little bit less, I think.
I think there was another question for Dan on the chat from Tony, Big Red, if I'm not mistaken. He said, I have a question for Dan. Will there be any end user programmability in the future?
That is a great question. I can't say if there will be or if there won't be. It's a great thought. It's something we have thought about. Let's put it there. We've looked into that at times in the past, and we recently were looking at that possibility again. So not exactly to that point, but something that's maybe a little bit closer to that point. So we had to discontinue our Dragon controller earlier this year due to the chip shortages that everybody talks about. We actually have that problem.
Yes.
We've had to go back, and we're in the process of redesigning it. But in the process, we're going to make some upgrades to it that will make it more powerful. In fact, the future aircraft will actually be based off of the future Dragon controller rather than the UF7 controller. It'll be a little bit of a shift towards something even more cool, actually. But UF7 has all those fantastic aircraft modes. UF7C, the UF7R, we had to strip all the aircraft stuff out so that we could make it work with the Spectrum radio. So but we still have the UF7C for people that want to do aircraft.
I'm looking here at I like this grills for the Ecto, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to order one on my Ecto.
I have to give a shout out to Andre from Scale Metal Supplies. He had the original idea of taking so I had these little linear wafers, and he was checking them out, and we were looking at the Ecto grill, and he's like, dude, in fact, he did it. He made the 3D model of two of them in there, and I'm like, holy shit, that's it. That's what we got to do. And so I actually, one weekend, weeks later, designed up several different grills, and all of those different grills are available on our website for you to 3D print if you want to. But yeah, we're stoked about that. We love that little great idea.
So especially on this one, so when you purchase this one, Dan, right, it comes with a 3D printed grill, right? It comes with everything here included, I see, for this price, right? And what else do you need for installation on this one?
Everything you need is really included. We try to do that with all of our kits so that, you might have to cut something a little bit on the body or whatever, but other than, say, Zap Goo, everything. Okay. I was gonna say that kit does require a little bit of cutting of the body.
Of the body on the front, I see that. Yeah, I was looking here at the picture. Let me show them so people will know what we are talking about.
Yes, one here as well. Yeah, so those are all the different grills.
I like that. The way this setup had the brake lights as well, the grill lights, and different kind of grills that I have, and also everything that is included, future kits included, installation notes as well. I like that.
Yeah, we're really trying to make it vehicle specific and just easier. Try to communicate better a little bit on how to do these installations.
I see here they're cutting the front grille from the Lexan body and installing the actual 3D printing grill. I like. That's awesome. Oh man, look, this is sick, bro.
Yep.
I like it.
That design there was actually the one that Andre from Scale Metal Supplies originally did. But what's so awesome about that is he took the things that we had and he implemented them exactly the way that I was hoping for. That's how you do it. You know, like you have your idea and you just make it work.
Perfect. That is just incredible. I love it, man. It's a lot of share on the screen. Oh yeah, I'm late, Sean. I think I did it already. Just incredible how it looks, man. And I know some of the guys that were asking here, and Larry was asking for the one for the one that you showed in fraction, right? I don't see the video here.
The Arma felony.
Oh, the felony. I'm sorry. The felony.
Yes. I don't have that video up yet. Oh, actually, Matt Kett from Scale Metal Supply, Matt Kett from Scale Builder.
Scale Builder skill.
Gonna come. The brain's getting a little foggy.
No
He did an awesome video of that car with it in action. Yeah.
That's awesome on that, man. It's just incredible.
Your controllers, are most of them waterproof, splash proof, or what do you rate them as?
Waterproof. Well, we call them waterproof. So what that means is, like the UF7 controller, the switch specifically is a waterproof switch. All of the connectors, all of the electronics have been, we always seal the electronics themselves, and the connectors, if you'll notice on specifically the UF7, they're gold plated. So the controller itself is designed to be tolerant to water. To officially make your system waterproof, you would really want to take a little bit of dielectric grease on your connectors and put them in there. But if you submerge a UF7 in water, that's fine. It's not going to hurt it. Even before we didn't do waterproofing until UF7C was, or was it B? One of those two was the first time, or that we evolved it into being fully waterproofed. Even customers that had those controllers before that point would write me emails and they're like, I can't believe this thing. I put it to hell and back and it's still going. I've submerged it. I've done this. I've done that. So it's a really good design, and even better with those added details. So all of our controllers, the only exception is the HB2 currently is not a waterproof controller. Probably we will evolve it into a waterproof controller later. It kind of changed itself as it was evolving into what it is. So we didn't get a chance to do the waterproofing on that yet, but in the future, I'm sure we'll be.
Okay.
Let's see, just going here and going through the website. Go ahead, Nate.
Roy Newcomb, will the Ecto fit the Power Wagon body, the Proline Power Wagon body? That
will.
Like kit.
Yes, it will. We actually do have a slightly bigger grill that to me looks a little bit better on that body. It will work. It will fit exactly as it is. But if you wanted to try to print a grill that's slightly longer or wider, shoot us an email and we're happy to send you the 3D file for that.
Awesome.
The newer body that has the split grill, that's different. It won't work on that one. We still need to do one for that. If there's anybody out there that is specifically requesting it, send us an email through the contact website.
Yes, I see somebody in the chat will mention about that we're gonna send you a message here on the on the contact info at the website.
Yeah, perfect.
There's another question there from Raymond, right? Welcoming Raymond, fellow veteran. I have a MyTrickRC light system on my XCX10 III Wrangler Green Grinch awesome system. Awesome,
Thank you.
awesome, brother.
Always love to hear that.
That is awesome, bro. I know you were, man, you were this, we talk about 2021 where you had that whole city set up out there and Pronoun by the Fire. But this past this year, 2022 Pronoun by the Fire, man, you had that castle out there. It was just incredible. Incredible job, Dan, that you always do, bro. Just breathtaking. It's just incredible, man.
I get possessed and I can't help it. Once I start, it's like I can't stop. I just go, and it's amazing how it all happens. Honestly, it's crazy to me even. To
build one of those CDs with the lights, all that stuff. How, for the castle, how long that it took you to do that right there? And look at that right there.
That took about 6 weeks.
Wow.
It was actually, most of that happened in the last 2 weeks. So there was a lot of planning. When we started, we had no clue what we were going to do. I mean, about 2 months before Proline, I was talking to a couple guys, and the helpers, basically guys that helped me build this. And we tried to make it simple and light, easy to transport. That was the basic idea, which we did. It did that. But man, was it a stressful few weeks leading up to that finish. So all of I can actually, I have that in the trailer. I can walk over there and kind of give you guys a little bit more detailed information about it. It's not lit up. You can see it's in the trailer.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to show us, definitely, brother.
It's pretty cool to see how this came together. This was a bit different from our other buildings. All of our other buildings are basically wooden construction. This is mainly foam core. So if I'm gonna not see exactly where I'm looking, but if you can see, this is 1/2 inch thick foam core. It's just like, craft board. And so most of this is constructed out of this foam core. The first thing we had to do in those first couple of weeks, we had to figure out what brick pattern we were going to go with. And one of my friends is a graphic designer, and she spent, probably almost 2 weeks trying to figure out a brick pattern that she could do the entire wall, make everything look seamless, and have it look like it had depth to it. So once we had that, I did all the CAD, 3D models of it, gave those files to her, and that's kind of what she determined, all the brick pattern off of. And then once we had that, I had all of these panels printed by a professional printer directly onto the foam core. And then we cut all of this by hand. So using a table saw and literally just a blade, we cut all of these kind of shapes. These two tubes right here, those are concrete forms, like the tubes used for doing concrete.
Sauna tubes.
Exactly. Yeah. And we just had the same guy print a sticker, and then we just literally stuck the sticker onto the foam form or the tube. And and then for the windows, all of these kind of ornate details, these are just foam. The same foam literally from my trailer. It was leftover foam. I've been building a trailer, and I was like, what are we gonna do for this? Oh, I know. So CNC'd all of this foam, all of these arches, everything. In fact, I have a couple pieces left over. These were the
cool. Look at that.
That is awesome.
Yeah, the one that didn't quite work out. This would be for one of these arches. And so these are sections. These ones I did in a single piece, but these are all sectioned. And then it just coincidentally, this foam, it was by sheer accident. I was trying to figure out a way to coat it with something that would give it a little bit more durable finish. And one of the things that I tried totally ate into it and made it look like rock. Oh, awesome. Then I just sprayed it with some spray paint and a little accent coloring stuff. Boom, just popped right out. It was really amazing.
I was going to say it looks like in the pictures where you just have it by itself, it looks fantastic. It's perfectly textured and everything.
Yeah, it's amazing how much depth it gets. I mean, just those little details. And the brick pattern really has appearance of depth in a photo, especially.
Yes. I honestly, from the photos, because I wasn't there to see it from the photos, I honestly thought it was some kind of a textured material or something that you did. I had no idea it was actually printed.
Yep. Yeah. And with all of our other buildings, they are actually CNC textures. But with this, I know it would not be feasible. But the foam core is great because it's really light. You can see it is a little flimsy. It's not super strong. It's it's delicate. It's not like the other ones. It does have a fully solid plywood base.
Okay.
So anchor for it, and it has enough weight to definitely give it stability. Yeah, but all of the walls are literally just glued together. We precision cut them on a table saw. Yeah, but just built the whole thing right here in the shop. We built all of this, all of the decorations, the pillars, even the fire, 3D printed.
That looks so cool, brother.
It does. I love the archery. I that was like the thing that really, I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah, it's so good. And all the weapons, all handmade. Actually, Brad from Gecko Trails, Team Associated, he helped out. He helped do those details there. He did the throne and everything. Full on Game of Thrones. We're all big fans.
It was good to see the castle there. Also see the knights battling. You saw that there.
I saw the.
It was crazy seeing those people go at it, man.
It's so funny. It was cracking me up. That guy that got hit in the nuts, basically.
Yes, it took him a minute to get up.
That's a job safety thing.
I know there was a couple of questions there for Dan. Let me see. I know Jake got them here somewhere. Let me see here.
We had one from Larry's RC room. Question for Dan about the backfire kit being available in a standalone kit.
Yes. Basically, we do. Oh, it's the AB 101. I don't know if they might show as not in stock. Is that what?
Yes, that's the one, because one of our guys, AC Froggies, he said it's not on stock on the website. It's out of stock.
Okay, we do have that. We have them. I'll get that fixed. Give me. I'll have that back up.
Awesome, man.
And then Sean's RC Adventures. Do you sell the CAD files to the buildings?
We don't, but you want to buy a castle? We were debating what to do at the castle. It is awesome, and it is. I like it. It came out fantastic, but I'm like, I don't know where to put all this stuff. I don't. Someday I'm going to have to move out of my shop here somewhere, and I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff. Luckily, the rack is our plan right now, so we're just trying to figure out what to do with this. But actually, if you have anything, send me an email. Send me an email to the contact. I I hadn't even thought about it, to be honest. But I can help probably you out in some way.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah. I've debated about possibly, you know, like actually manufacturing a little shop kit. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, just hasn't happened yet. I don't know. Maybe we will someday.
A lot now with the scale garage being real hot and people posting all their stuff. I know that will be. I think that will be cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know what to do. Definitely know what. Just getting all the pieces together. We'll see. Maybe next year.
Oh, sweet. And what else? What is the other one?
There's one more question here in my list from Atomic RC. Another question on the light system. The black connector that has the arrows on it, it's hard to pull apart. Are you going to make it easier? Gets hard with my hands. I have carpal tunnel in my hands.
Okay. Yes, you're talking about the Dragon controller.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, the new Dragon controller will not have that cable anymore. Actually, it'll just use standard servo cables. We're working on that new version of the Dragon, but it also won't be shipping until next year. We're hoping we'll have it first quarter next year is what we're shooting for.
Awesome. Yeah, I tell you what, first quarter of next year is just right around the corner.
Right.
It's fast approaching.
Yeah, no kidding. You're telling me how fast that stuff comes up. We've been working on it for a while, so I'm hopeful. Yeah, it's definitely coming.
Oh, perfect. He's Raymond is one of our fellow veterans here in the chat. Gustav, Andre, Pulse there, Dielectric Grease.
Dielectric Grease, yeah.
Yep. That will help with what they have right now. They're on hand.
Yeah.
Jace and Darcy Adventures, welcome in. He said, how much for the castle?
We still have to do something with that thing. I don't know. Is he local? It's the castle is free, but transportation is very expensive.
Yeah. So local people here in Southern California, close to LA, right? LA area. Yeah. So we got some of our guys here. I know somebody wants a castle. You could just grab it from Dan.
Right. You can have a castle. It's possible.
Email, go to the contact us on MyTrickRC and get a hold of them.
This is your opportunity to get a castle. Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
A fantastic Halloween prop. I would have actually used it for Halloween this year, but unfortunately I was traveling, so it didn't work out. But next year.
Well, Lacos RC, I'm not too far.
On your other buildings, Dan, what is your, I mean, learning what that one was, the ones you have that are there, what is all the building material primarily of them?
It's actually really simple. So the base, of course, all the bases are plywood. It's just 3/4 inch like exterior plywood, but with a good, reasonably good finish on it. All of the walls are MDF.
Okay.
So, and the reason I started out with plywood, but the problem with plywood is you get one is variation in thickness. So when I was CNC cutting this, well, you want to cut shallow. You don't want to cut too deeply. And if you get varying thicknesses, the lines get really obvious that it's not flat. Okay. So with MDF, it's nice and flat, so you get much better, more even results. And then, so yeah, all the walls are just like CNC panels. When I would CNC the panel, like this is 2 panels. There's one here and one here, and there's a seam right here. Obviously, I very carefully sized like the brick so that when I cut it, I could cut everything in exact 1 foot widths, but have the bricks reasonably sized up. if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
Theme wouldn't be so obvious. Yeah. Okay. So all the walls are MDF, and I did cut all of these openings with the CNC at the same time. And then these are just 3D printed things. So I just modeled all that up in CAD, and basically the window frames and the trims, the window trims. These, all of the moldings, like the roof moldings, are actual just house moldings. This is like a couple different. And in a rare case, this is actually a metal frame for the vent, but usually it's a combination of things that I CNC and 3D print mostly is what it is. Do a lot of table, hand work on the table saw. Each of these bricks, so they wrap around the window, and I could CNC that, but I don't CNC that because the bit to cut all of this is a 1/4-inch bit. It's too big to do these little details. I would have to do a bit change and then come back, and then it would be crazy. So I do all that work by all of this. I just file based off of whatever the brick pattern is. And that really gives it its depth. It really adds a lot to the whole look of it, having the bricks, wrap around like that. Yeah, and I have different brick patterns. So this is obviously a standard, caught up on the wires here. Standard brick pattern pretty much on this whole entire building. But then this building, the shop was more of a block, cinder block, bigger bricks. Yeah, but all of this was CNC. These were all panels. When we cut it, we cut out this at the same time.
Okay.
All of these are all CNC, of course, and then the trim pieces are 3D printed.
So you just you CNC it all, and then you paint it whatever you got in your mind, then essentially.
Exactly, and a lot of it just happens on the fly. I can only kind of approximately attempt to make it something, and it ends up being whatever it is. But yeah, it's amazing. The most recent building that I did is down here. Just pull this way. It's actually this one, which is kind of a firehouse. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to get up in there. Hold on.
Yeah, we can see some there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so a little in disrepair, got beat up with last show, but it's a firehouse on that side, and then this we're kind of making into like a little restaurant or something. And this was made entirely of scrap materials that I had laying around here from doing the other buildings. It actually blew my own mind that actually a couple of years ago, I was going to do a Brady Bunch house. That's literally what I was working on. And I kind of scrapped that idea and then used that along with other stuff that I had around here just to do this. So, yeah.
Man, Dan, you should do some Christmas stuff, houses and stuff like that, especially now.
I know.
If my wife will see this, I will be in a lot of trouble. I want this, I want that, I want this.
The irony is my wife comes here. This is away from home.
You just awesome, man.
That is fantastic. Now, like one of them, something that size, what you have there, what kind of time was you looking at for that?
Well, this took about 2 months, I would say.
Wow.
Okay.
And it to CNC it, maybe it was more. Maybe it's also kind of evolved. So I did the main building the first year, but I wasn't able. The very first year, I did not have windows in here. It was just cut. I had the trim, but no actual window frames or anything. It wasn't until not this year, but the year before a friend of mine, the same friend that helped me do all the brick stuff in there.
Mhm.
She did all the interior. She did. Oh, check this out. She's such an artist. It's so amazing. She did all of those sushis. All of these sushis are we designed them in SolidWorks, and then we 3D printed them, and then she painted them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, all in one day. It was insane. It was so cool.
Then I see you have the different brickwork on the inside there as well.
Yeah, that's actually just printed. That's just printed paper.
Okay,
Yeah, just the stuff I got from the local like hobby store.
I gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah. And then she also got found located background pictures that I had professionally printed foam core.
I see that. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's so fantastic. When you're down here at this angle, now the surf shop actually looks kind of like a surf shop.
Right.
Pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's such fun stuff. So a lot of these buildings, they evolve. You know, I'll have like the basic thing, then it just continues to evolve. The shop, literally, I'll keep working on stuff. The very last things that I did on the shop were fully electrifying the walls. So all of the conduit actually has wires in there, and the plugs all have actually functioning plugs. Like the light is plugged into one of the outlets over there, if you can see it.
Awesome.
That is incredible.
Is this the one with the ceiling fans in too? Or
Yeah,
is that a different one?
it's here. It's
Okay, there I see it now. Yep.
it has. Yeah, I have to get that started. It'll go like real slow.
Man, you're gonna have to make something like a kit that people can buy.
Yeah, man.
Build them themselves. Telling you right now.
I totally should. There's so many ideas and cool stuff that we should do, and other things that we can do and we are doing. But yeah, there's just so many fun things I would like to do. I would love
a lot of stuff to do, not enough time.
Exactly.
Yep.
Indeed.
I find it truly awesome that you're using your same light controllers that you're selling with your other products in your scale stuff.
Yes.
The garages and all that. That is fantastic. That's cool to see. It really is.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, it's and that was the whole idea in my mind. I just never communicated that to anybody else. Like nobody knows that is the fact. But the controllers are so cool, and there's so much stuff that you can do with them, even out as accessories to your RC or even other craft things.
Right.
Pumpkins. I did this cool Death Star, did a contest. Of course we won. We used the UF7 to do the lasers or the laser looking beams on the Death Star.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, hear that.
Oh, I love Star Wars, man. Where's that Death Star at?
I have to find. It was a super rush thing. It was me and I had my nephews were there with me, and we did that entire thing in like 30 minutes. It was like crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it all came together.
So I think there's a question there from Larry. There's RC room. Can you see that, Jake?
Just noticed it. Are you talking the voltage required?
Yes, yes.
He's wondering the voltage requirements to expand the kits from, I'm guessing 3 to 6 volt or 6 to 12 volt.
Can he clarify that more?
He says he likes to solder his own lights when possible, so I'm guessing he's trying to, I could be wrong, trying to make more, I'm assuming for a building. I don't know.
I said voltage requirements for LED used to expand the kits. It said from 3 to 6 volts, 6 to 12 volts. I like to solder, yeah. Well, I know, Larry, you're there on the chat. Can you elaborate more on that? What you're trying to do with that?
So So an FYI, the shop is powered off of the Dragon controller. These are powered off the UF7 controllers.
Mhm.
With the UF7 controller, you can power it off of any voltage from 5 volts to 15 volts or 16 volts. So these are normally I would power them, let's say, like off a 9-volt battery or an RC battery. The only reason I don't always use an RC battery is because the Dragon does have a voltage protect feature where it will shut off the lights if the battery drops too low. But the UF7, because it powers off of a receiver of a vehicle, it doesn't need to have that function because the vehicle itself has that function. So the UF7 is ideal for powering off of a 9-volt battery. You can kill a 9-volt battery, no big deal. Although you can power the UF7 off of a LiPo battery, it just could over drain your battery.
Got you there. So, Chris, welcome in. Cheese at Diecast, welcome in. Thank you for being here with us, guys.
Question for you on that. The ones with the auto shutdown, are they auto detecting that it's a 3-cell or a 2-cell? Are they auto detecting, or is that something you have to program that for before you send it out?
Nope, it auto detects. So
Okay.
with a controller, as soon as you plug it in, it goes through like a pattern. And what it's doing is it's checking the battery to see what voltages it is. And it's also looking for a servo signal. So it's looking for those two things. And then depending on what it sees, it will configure itself automatically. So it's seamless to the user.
I gotcha. Good deal.
Yes. It just like the new Spectrum, like vehicles like the Arma Felony, or really any Spectrum, any vehicle with a Spectrum radio, the new UF7, it's seamless. It as soon as you plug it in, sometimes it takes a minute for it to power on. It's because it's looking for all of that information, and then it's adjusting itself accordingly.
That's awesome.
Cool, man, right?
Yeah. Try to make it as sensible as possible for everybody. Everything that you see here, I try to incorporate the same level of thought into the controllers or whatever, everything that we do to the best of trade-offs that we can.
Right.
That is awesome. Events that you like to plan during the year, Ben. Any events? I know you always at Program by the Fire. Any other events you plan to be at during the year?
We really need to have our own event, honestly. That's what I haven't done. Actually, I don't do a lot of events because they kill me. There's so much work. There's just so much work. I have support, I have help, but there's never enough. Pro Line by the Fire seems to be like the best for us. Oh, Axial Fest. Next year, I'm sure we'll go to Axial Fest. We will go to Pro Line by the Fire, but I'm not as inclined to carry the buildings everywhere so much nowadays. I always want something, but one thing I really liked about the castle was it wasn't as complicated as all of this, and it was still cool. So to bring cool stuff for people to check out, and hopefully things that are new. But the Scale City, I don't know when I will transport that. Maybe the shop, but probably not the full Scale City unless we do an event, unless we are hosting an event or being a big part of an event. So Pro Fire is definitely one you would expect to see us at, and I expect to be at Axial Fest this year too.
Actually, I know they're closer to you, at least Program by the Fire it is. So it's a lot easier to transport all that stuff, right?
Yeah. I know that the Ultimate Scale event in Florida, I would love to bring everything out there sometime, but I don't know when. It's just so much work. I have the trailer and everything, but it's still just so much work. I don't know.
How many buildings are you at total with your Scale City now? Because I know you have a an amazing collection.
Yeah, we have. I have to make sure I get them all. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. But there's a lot of. Oh, we also have the graveyard. That's kind of 7. We have the accessories too, like all the street sidewalks.
Street, yeah.
We've actually I've done so much additional work on that nobody has ever even seen yet. I did a while ago, last year actually, we just didn't get it done for Proline. All these street signs, and all the street signs are reflective. They're just like real street signs. They're so cool. They're
That's
so
awesome. I'm telling you, I was so impressed when I saw that city at there, Proline by the Fire, a couple of years ago. It was just incredible, man. It just the details on that city. You guys cannot see it well. You just got to be in person. The details on it, everything worked. It's just incredible, man.
Yeah,
It was. I believe last time you were on, I remember you basically sitting in the middle of the city. Anybody wanting to see it, I would suggest pulling up that older episode.
Yes.
And seeing what was set up, because everything was set up in the city, and it was just like, holy man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
it's gone through an evolution where before I had the trailer, I had the most epic set here in the shop. I had a full, just imagine 20 feet long, at least 15 feet wide. And I had other buildings. I had friends' buildings here too. We had like a gas station.
Yep.
And it was the perfect setup. It looked so good. You could do a flyby. It just looks so. I have videos. Someday I have to put them up just for the heck of it. But as time goes by, I get more and more shop things and less space. The most recent purchase this past year, which is not currently being used, but I don't know if you guys can see what this is.
Yes.
This injection mold. So we're working towards possibly more self-sufficiency. We have fantastic vendors for everything that we do, but I still would love to do as much stuff in-house as we could, or even more stuff in-house, actually.
Exactly.
Right.
We'll see what the future holds.
And especially when you're building, you need something, you can make it right and then, so you don't have to wait for delivery or whatever, It's the convenience of having everything that you can build yourself,
Yeah, being hit by all the chip shortage and the crazy shipping that happened. We're in the thick of all of that stuff. I mean, we're a small company in one sense, but we're big enough where that stuff is actually real. And even though I have good resources over there across Asia, Taiwan, China, other places, it still happens. And, thankfully we were prepared. So it didn't have too big of an effect on it, but it makes you stop to think, like, oh, well, what if I can't get that part right now? What are we going to do? So,
Yeah, I think a lot of people have had to take a look and see where they're at with things and the whole scheme of everything. So that's for certain.
Yep. Yeah.
Where do you see MyTrickRC in the next couple of years? 5 years from now, where do you see where you want to take MyTrickRC?
Well, I have to say, it's hard to imagine in one sense. I can say this. There's a lot of ideas that are really, we have some really cool stuff that I wish I could show you right now. I was hoping that we would be a little bit further along, but it's coming soon. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag until it's ready. But
Yeah,
I think everybody's going to dig it. It's really cool. It's going to open some new doors. We have so many really cool things that we are working on to varying levels of degrees, but we're just limited by life, time, money, all the regular stuff. But we have some really, really cool line of products. We do have a plan. We have a scheduled plan of things that are coming out. The next version of the DG1, that's on the plan. But we have several other eminent, one after the other type of things coming out next year. And things like the shop and stuff are all possibilities that could happen, and even some other stuff that nobody is even thinking about right now. I get together with other creative people, and then we just go crazy. We just think about stuff. And I'm the creative. So like, okay, let's do it. Do it. It's fun. I think everybody has a good time for sure.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, it makes it awesome.
Yeah, I can't say exactly what it'll be in 5 years, but I think whatever it is, it's going to be interesting because we just have an endless stream of crazy ideas. Yeah.
That's cool. Let me see
That's
here.
fantastic.
Guys, any more questions here? We almost at the end of the show. Any more questions here? That was quick, man.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Any more questions for Dan? Feel free to post them here in the chat. Here, you guys in the panel. So feel free to post them. Let's see here. I was looking for something. I can find it here.
I think was there a, I think, did we already talk about that last question, Jake, about the voltage?
Yeah, that was on Larry. Larry H.
Yeah, he was, where did I put it?
I use
Go ahead.
pre-wired LEDs that come in 6-volt or 12-volt according to the resistance.
Oh, okay. So what that is, those LEDs have resistors in them. All of the LEDs that we use on ours have no resistors. You do not need a resistor. You don't want a resistor in line. So just directly connect your LEDs to our port and you're good. You can connect also multiple LEDs together. You could have up to 4 LEDs on one UF7 port. So you can split it out into 4. The only stipulation is with LEDs, there's 2 categories of LEDs. There's red, orange, and yellow LEDs. All of those can be compatible with each other, and they can share a split. They can be on a Y, multi 2 or 3 or 4 prong Y. Same with white, blue, and green. They're each other, but you cannot mix a red and a green. The red, the warm colors, the red, orange, yellow, they operate at a different voltage. They start up, turn on a different voltage. So they'll steal all the power. If you see, that's the only stipulation. So as long as you don't mix that, up to 4 LEDs in parallel, you're good.
Perfect.
Oh, that's one of the other really cool things. So this is a UF7 controller for anybody who wasn't sure. This is what we call the pigtail. And this little pigtail, let me see.
Right there.
Are we still good?
Yep, right there. Perfect.
Originally it was for powering police flasher bars, but now it's our high power output. So what that means is, so this is the inputs coming off of your receiver. And depending on what mode you're on, we can on off switch this with the mode to pass power through. So you can connecting something to this is just like connecting it to your receiver for power. So that could be a Proline light bar. It could be, I don't know, anything you want, really, within reason. So again, this is passing power through from your receiver. So whatever your receiver can handle, this simply just passes it through and can be on off switched with the mode. So like if you're in a crawler mode and you're remotely controlling your lights, you can stage, like turn on running lights and then headlights, and then your light bar, which would be on the pigtail. You'd connect that to the pigtail. So if that makes sense. So we, you know, I don't want to not promote people using their existing LEDs. On the Traxxas Ultimate hauler that we have over here, on that kit, half of the LEDs, all of the LEDs on the sides and on the top right here, oops, sorry, on the top right here and on the sides, those are the stock ones. We just leave them there. Those are good. We don't need to touch those. We only replace the tail brakes and the reverse, the headlights and the front, so we can either strobe them or make them act as turn signals, etc. So that's another big thing, is the UF7 doesn't have to work only with our LEDs. It can work with other stuff too, potentially.
Nice.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I think I saw there was another question there somewhere. That was asking about something there, Jake. You post.
I'm assuming he's talking about your machine behind you. He's wondering what kind of, I guess, brand it is, because he asked another one as well.
Batten fill machine?
Filled or an angle? I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
RC Remedy, yeah. It's asking about the machine.
Oh, that's an Arborg.
Oh,
Good German made. Old press. 320 ton. It's a very nice machine. I got a good deal on it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome deal here. Let me see here, guys. I think, yeah, we are close to the end, guys. Just a couple of minutes here, guys. And any more questions that you want for them, feel free. We just have a couple of more minutes, then we're gonna start saying our goodbyes. We posted in the chat the website for MyTrickRC, guys. Make sure to check it out right there. Let me see here. Yeah, that's the one. Make sure you check him out. Any question that you have there, feel free to reach out to them out there on the website, man. They're just amazing, man. All the stuff that you do, man, just incredible. That's a lot of talent right there, brother. Incredible. Love it. And go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Dan.
I was saying, I don't know where any of these ideas come from, or they just happened. Definitely,
guys. I guess if we don't have no more questions here in the chat on the panel, we're gonna start saying our goodbyes. Dan, it's an honor to have you here. Everybody here on the panel, in the chat. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys and your loved ones, man, and enjoy those times with the family, building those memories, man. So Jake, you want to start?
Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Dan, awesome having you on again, and I guess happy Thanksgiving to all you guys down there.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Some turkey for me.
There you go. Nate.
Thank you all for joining us for another Monday show. Definitely make sure you take a second, smash that like button on the video, and check out O11C.org for everything Operation 11 Charlie. Of course, Facebook at Operation 11 Charlie Inc. and Instagram Operation 11 Charlie Inc. Thank you all for the support. Tuning in every Monday, and be safe. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we will catch you following Monday.
Yeah, next Monday. Yep. We will have. If you follow us on social media, we will be posting our next guest for next Monday, guys. So we'll be on that. Dan?
Yes, sir.
Just so you could say your goodbyes, brother.
Oh. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody enjoyed the presentation of all of the buildings and stuff, all the stuff we're doing, and look forward to just bringing more fun and cool stuff coming year. So happy holidays, everybody.
Definitely the same to you, Dan. You're always welcome here. We always look to see behind the scenes that stuff you've done. You know, everything that you do, brother, just incredible. Thank you so much. Guys, again, just stay tuned for what we have next Monday. We'll be posting on social media at the end of this week. Like Nathan said it all, guys. Check us O11C.org. Check on our website. Any questions, feel free to contact us there and our website, and we try to get at them as quick as we can, guys. So just be safe out there. Thank you guys for the support always. I see Adam, Juan Lacos, AC Froggies Trail, RC Ramming, Larry H, everybody. Thank you for the support. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe, guys. See you next Monday.